Alright, hey guys, Pax, welcome back to another Pokemon Pocket video. Today we got yet another hint on one of the cards that will be coming in B2. If you guys are new to my channel, I really do appreciate if you like and subscribe. Anyways, let's get right into it. So yesterday, if you guys haven't been following, the official Pokemon Pockets Japanese account has been hinting towards at least one card from B2. I'm just gonna quickly just go over what we have so far. So just looking at the post. So January 11, they posted this, essentially telling us that we will be getting some hints related to at least one card from B2. A day later, they did reply, basically confirming what the hint was implying. So people were kind of quick to solve this riddle, and this riddle all comes down to that at least one card will be a mega card. Essentially hinting that, yeah, there's gonna be a mega card in B2, which I mean, is kind of obvious, I feel like, at this point. So the following day, January 13th, they did post this, yeah, which is interesting because if you look over here, towards the bottom area, it's a bit purple. Very suspicious. And then if you look the next day, we got this. And just like the previous riddle, it was rather easy to solve. And within minutes, people were able to decipher that this riddle translates to Psychic. So, I mean, looking at this image, kind of obvious. Yeah, I mean, we got purple already. So confirming what we already expected. And then today, quite recently, we got confirmation, yeah, basically saying new card information decoding progress. Some information about the new card has been revealed again. The next puzzle seems to arrive around noon on January 19th, which I'll definitely be covering once we get another riddle. But yeah, we got this image and I'm looking at it. Yes, basically confirming it is Psychic. But the main takeaway here is that it's a Psychic Mega with 210 HP. Now, if you guys have been watching my previous videos, I feel like me and a lot of YouTubers as well, we're speculating that it could be Mewtwo X. Mewtwo X, Mewtwo Y, I'll be very hyped to see those two cards kind of lead B2, but very unlikely at this point because 210 HP. This Pokemon has 210, and if you look at all the Megas in the game, most of the Pokemon that have 210 HP are Stage 2 or Stage 1. So Mega Gyarados Stage 1, very tanky but hard to attack with. Mega Ampharos is Stage 2, Blaziken Stage 2. As of right now, the basics are sitting at 170 HP, 170 to 180, including Mega Latios. So given this, it seems very unlikely. That's basically our hint for today. And right now, I mean, given this, we can kind of speculate what we will get. So it's a Psychic type. Yeah, that's confirmed. 210 HP. So either Stage 1 or Stage 2, most likely a Stage 2. So just pulling up Bulbapedia. I'm just going to look at potential Mega Psychic candidates. So yeah, first one, we have Alakazam. That's a Stage 2. So we can very much see that. Definitely just pure Psychic. Get the Mewtwo's, but they're basics. It could still happen. I mean, if anything, they could make it sort of like, it's very tanky, but like the energy requirement requires like what, like 4, maybe even 5 energy. Maybe it's hard to attack with. So they can kind of bounce it like that. Because yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Mega Gyarados is rather tanky, especially for Stage 1. Like looking at Mega Altaria, both Stage 1s, but when it comes to Mega Altaria and Mega Gyarados, Mega Altaria has a rather easy attack requirement to achieve. So it kind of makes sense that Mega Gyarados is going to be far tankier. I'd say I'll give it like a 5% possibility. That's going to be Mewtwo at this point, which is pretty rough because I mean, that would have been super hype, especially if you are a huge Mewtwo fan. But yeah, next one we have is Gardevoir. I feel like this is the most likely candidate. So Gardevoir is Psychic Fairy, and I can very much see that. Like, imagine, is there Mega Gallade EX? I'm gonna look it up. I don't know if that's actually a thing. Mega Gallade EX. Yeah, that's a thing. Okay, so Mega Gallade is a thing. So they could do one where like Mega Gardevoir is a chase card for one booster pack, and the other one is Mega Gallade. You never know for sure. I don't know if because we've all suspected that it will be. I'm just gonna pull up right here. So looking at websites, I feel like everybody, especially due to data mines, we kind of suspected that the next pack will be B2. But I mean, Dina could just flip the script. You know, like they could just change the code last minute, be like, hey, it's not B2, it's actually B1A. Sorry, not B1A, B1B. That could be a thing, but we don't know. We don't know for certain. I mean, most likely it's going to be B2, but there's still that possibility that it will be B1B and only one pack. Would very much like to see that. So that's pretty cool. What else we have? Medicham. Yeah, Psychic Fighting. This could also be a Fighting Mega as well. So I personally prefer this to be a Fighting Mega. That'd be pretty interesting to see. You got Latias. That's a basic, but you never know. Imagine to release Mega Latias and Mega Latios in a new pack. Like the one pack is Mega Latias, the other one's Mega Latios. That would be like the most what moment? Like what's going on? Especially since we are getting Mega Latias in like 2 hours. I just realized, damn, that's pretty interesting. But yeah, this guy's not that good. You never know, man. It just feels so weird that they're gonna release Mega Latios after this promo card. You know, like thinking about all the promo cards in the past, like we've gotten Rayquaza, we've gotten promo card Rayquaza. Not many people talk about this, but they're definitely gonna make either a better, much better, like this Rayquaza EX version or Mega Rayquaza in the future. Like they're definitely gonna do that. That's 100%. This guy came out not that good, so yes, Mega Latios EX. They might release one eventually. Hopefully it's a dragon type and it's actually very viable. We shall see, but I mean, yeah, only time will tell. I mean, you know how dragon type is treated in this game, so yeah. What else we have? We have Slowbro. I believe is that stage 1? Yeah, it evolves from Slowbro. Kind of forgot, but again, pulling this up right here, judging from Mega Gyarados, I mean, it could be a stage 1 Mega Slowbro. Yeah, that could be a thing, but when it comes to chase cards, it's hard to tell. I mean, I feel like they want to choose like very hype Pokemon. Like Mega Gyarados wasn't that good once it came out, but I mean, Mega Gyarados is a very popular Mega in it of itself. Mega Altaria kind as well, and of course, Mega Blaziken is Mega Blaziken, yeah. Yes, but I mean, you know how slow cards are in this game, so they gotta make it work somehow. That's the main issue. So, oh, here we go. Another contender right here. Metagross. Stage 2 Metagross. That could be insane. I could definitely see that. But the main issue is that I feel like when you think about Metagross, you think of, at least for me, primarily Steel type. But I mean, this is TCG, man. They can make it either Psychic or Steel. I would love to see this Metagross be essentially the Solgaleo of Series B. So Solgaleo in B1, or not B1, in A, was meta changing. It was very fun, kind of made Metal just feel good to use. And ever since then, I'm in Metal type. I feel like hasn't really bounced back. Man, sure, there's some good cards. Like, just looking at the Megas, I mean, Mega Gyarados is not that good. So, I mean, it's not really that viable, especially in high tier ranks. So, it'll be pretty cool to see Metal come back into high tier play later on. Metagross would be very hyped to see. But, again, I would prefer that to be Steel, not Psychic. And, yeah, but you never know, man. It could be. It could, maybe Aegislash was teasing something, because looking at Aegislash, we got this, I think, we got this like last month? I believe last month. Actually, this month. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, last month. Ability Cursed Metal. Attacks used by your Psychic Pokemon and Steel do plus 30 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Keep that in mind. So Psychic and Steel. So this is kind of a stretch, I'll be honest, but it could be hinting to the dual type that is Mega Metagross. We shall see. I mean, this guy definitely, if they do make this guy like kind of like a dual type, you have to run like Metal and Psychic. They need some supports for him to make him viable. So it's still a possibility, but we shall see. I feel like that would be a very hype chase card, in my opinion, for at least one pack. That'd be pretty cool. So that's a contender. So far, I feel like most likely it'll either be Metagross or Gallade or Gardevoir. And speaking of Gallade, we got Gallade right here. Would very much like to see this, but when it comes to Psychic, I feel like it's more fitting for Gardevoir. I mean, looking in the game, we currently don't have a Gardevoir EX, but we do have a Gallade. I'm losing my voice. Gallade EX right here. So they could just stick with this team, make Gallade, or Mega Gallade once they release that. Fighting. I think that's very fitting, and also Fighting definitely needs it. So, yeah. What else do we have? Starmie. This fucking, look at this guy, man. I don't know, man. I mentioned this before, but like, you either love Starmie or hate Mega Starmie. Personally, I like this guy. He looks so goofy and also kind of scary. Imagine this guy chasing you. Like, I remember when the leaks first came out of like Mega Starmie and ZA, I was like, what is this? But also kind of terrified, because imagine seeing that in real life, just this guy running at you. Most likely not, since I don't think there's a TCG, like a physical online TCG counterpart to this. So far, I could be wrong, but I feel like it's very unlikely. Other cards, we have Malamar. People were thinking about this, but much like Mega Starmie, this card currently doesn't have a TCG release. So that begs the question, like we don't know the full, like I mentioned this before, but like we don't know like how much Dina could make. Like when it comes to like the creation of like cards, like if a card doesn't exist in the TCG, can Dina make it in pocket? That's something I feel like they would probably like mention like in a contract. And when it comes to the Pokemon Company, they would very much like Mega Malamar to first release in the TCG, but again, that's highly speculation. And looking at Malamar, I don't think it has a pre-evolution, so if it's going to be a basic, then yeah, it's going to be one tanky basic. Actually, never mind, Inkay. Totally forgot that exists. So stage 1 could be, potentially could be. There's always a possibility. So yeah, next one, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, my bad. Delphox. Okay. Damn. Okay, so Delphox here, it feels more fitting for Delphox. You say Delphox to be a fire type instead of psychic. Because I mean, it's a starter Pokemon. When you think of starters, you don't think of like psychic. I mean, this is if you want to kind of consider this is kind of like a secondary type. When I think of Delphox, I think more so fired instead of psychic type. That's me personally. So yeah, if anything, I would make this guy just fire. I feel like that's kind of fitting for Delphox. Chimecho could be. I'm assuming this is a stage 2 or maybe even basic. Oh, it evolves from Chingling. So I mean, it is a basic because I mean, baby Pokemon are a whole different kind of breed. So basic 210. I don't think so personally. And also I don't think this guy, no offense if you're a huge Chimecho fan, but I don't think this guy has the aura to be a chase card for one of the packs. Meowstic, a stage 1 and evolves from Esper. This Pokemon came out in Generation 6 stage 1. So maybe there's a chance, but again, very unlikely. I feel like when it comes to the grand scheme of things, Meowstic isn't really that popular. I'm assuming it's in this list. So yeah, it comes from ZA. Since they're rather new, I feel like it's less likely that they will be the Megas. Alright, so I'm recording this portion after editing the video. I realized that Ghost is considered psychic in the TCG. I totally forgot that's a thing, my bad. So I'm just going to quickly go over the Ghost candidates as well, since they could be potentially the Mega Psychic that was teased. So the first one, I'm just going to go over it rather quickly, but our first candidate, and most likely, is Gengar. Mega Gengar EX would be insane, man. All Gengar fans rejoice, because of course we have one in the game. I believe came out in Genetic Apex, so very old. This guy people tried to make this guy work. They're like, this guy, his stocks will go up higher as time goes on, but he's just fallen flat on his face. It's very sad to see. I remember when Rare Candy came out, people were making deck showcases. I think I even made one as well, trying to make this guy work. And sure, he's good, but he can't really compete in the meta. I would very much like to see, but personally, I would like to see it as well. It could be Dark type. They could definitely make Gengar, Mega Gengar Dark type, which I feel like is more fitting. Especially since, of course, I mean, when you think about reality, Psychic is already very good, especially with Altaria. So, I mean, when you're thinking about a Mega Psychic, it has to be better or at least synergize with Mega Altaria in some way. Yeah, Mega Gengar, sure. I'm 100% down to see that. Next one, we have Banette. That's a stage 1. Doesn't seem that likely in my opinion. Like, I don't think that Banette really has, like, again, if you're a huge Banette fan, I'm sorry, but not really chase card material. If anything, I mean, Gengar, that's Gengar, dude. What else? We have Sableye. Maybe. Pretty good as well, but again, it could be a Dark type. We do have a Sableye. I don't know if you have 2 of them, but we definitely have one that is a Psychic. So yeah, something to know. I mean, they could very much make this also Darkness type, but the weakness for Sableye is Darkness. And you know what? I'm just kind of curious. I'm going to quickly pull it up. So looking at Mega Sableye, there's no Mega Sableye. Okay, for one thing. But looking at all the other Sableye cards, yeah, we have some Darkness type ones. Okay, interesting. Weak to Grass. Okay. So I mean, they could release a Darkness Sableye. Would very much like to see that. Saw me saying hi yet again. What else we have? Frostlass? Possibility, yeah. I can very much see that. Just briefly going over Chandelure. I believe these are from ZA as well. So again, very unlikely in my opinion. Absol, a rather weird classification because Mega Absol, keep in mind, it says that it was introduced in Mega Dimensions. In reality, it did came out in Pokemon Go. Okay, 2021. So the first release was on Pokemon Go. That's actually some kind of interesting lore, but yeah, okay. But for mainline games, our first Mega Absol was this guy right here. Looks much different than the one we got in the game. As well, pull it up. Yeah, so interesting. And that's pretty much it. So to summarize what I said, my predictions, I feel like it's most likely either going to be Gengar, Gardevoir, Gallade, or Metagross. Personally, I want it to be, honestly, screw it, man. Mega Gengar. Either Mega Gengar or Mega Gardevoir. We very much like to see Gardevoir get an EX. They could make it kind of like a very risky support. As I mentioned earlier, the Psychic Pokemon has to synergize with Mega Altaria, or will be far better, because Mega Altaria is still S tier to this day. So they have to cook with this, or we're gonna have another Gyarados situation. Gyarados, Mega Gyarados EX. He's just mid. Like, yeah. And then comparing this guy to like Suicune Greninja, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Suicune Greninja is far better than Mega Gyarados Dex. But yeah, it's pretty much a video, just kind of speculating. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, keep in mind the next puzzle will be coming around January 19th. For me, it's gonna be the 18th. So it really depends where you live. This is January 19th, Japanese time. Keep that in mind. So yeah, with that being said, I'll definitely be covering more content once it does drop. And yeah, that is the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this little speculation video. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.